हेलो दोस्तों, आज मैं आपके साथ शेयर करने वाला हूँ PRIs एज एन इंस्ट्रूमेंट ऑफ सोशल ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन। तो आज हम देखेंगे कि PRI एज एन इंस्ट्रूमेंट ऑफ सोशल ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन क्या है। ठीक है, तो इसमें कई पॉइंट्स हैं जो मैं आपके साथ डिस्कस करूँगा। तो आइए पहला पॉइंट शुरू करते हैं। तो पहले हम देखेंगे PRI एज एन इंस्ट्रूमेंट ऑफ सोशल ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन क्या है। The 73rd or 73 Amendment 1993 Amendment Act provides reservation to the weaker section of the society up to a minimum of 51% of the total membership of the PRIs. The scheduled caste and scheduled tribe communities are statutorily elected to a minimum of 15%, 3% seats respectively. Another 33% seats are reserved for the backward classes. Further, 1/3 of all seats, include the above reserved seat, have to be necessarily filled up by women. As a result, majority representation has been provided for underprivileged section. In order to undo socio-economic hardship thrust on them in the traditionally exploitative society, this weaker section of the society have also been given an opportunity to get elected to the post of Adhyaksha and Upadhyaksha. Okay. In the same proportion, if the provision were not made enact, the disadvantaged group and would have to been reduced to more memberships. Members having no great say in the decision-making process. Due to their illiteracy, ignorance, and social backwardness, they could not have mustered enough courage to stand up the cause of their communities. Study has to provide that people have to be accepted the need for the reservation in the PRIs, although it has been pointed out that the functioning of the Gram Panchayat in particular suffers setback due to the lack of strong leadership on account of filling up these posts through the reserve categories. It is possessed and prescribed some of the eligibility criteria, minimum qualification to ensure that elected chairpersons smoothly run the administration. It is also suggested that the Adhyaksha and the Upadhyaksha should be provided adequate training in leadership and communication skills. The reservation proposed in act of proportionate to the population of the village. Numerically stronger communities, which had been hitherto governed by the dominant and rural elite, have now gained the confidence of realize their under-recognized potential. Thus, for the first time, local governments have to be transformed into system of people's governance of themselves, as the programs of rural development are aimed at ameliorating in the condition of the poor, many ignorant and backward elected representatives, and the problems. They are also mobilize the perspectives of beneficiaries. They participate in the process of planning as well as execution. They can therefore effectively initiate process a bottom-up approach to development among the elected members. We also find the emergence of younger generation which is more enthusiastic and impotent to bringing about the social change. However, the youth among weaker sections have been represented in sufficient members, and generally women above 40 years in age and men above 50 years of age have been contested from the reserve seats. The older generation among the weaker sections is more submissive and the commands of the dominant classes, and they are traditionally attuned and to accepting justice, discrimination. Hence, even if they are elected as Adhyaksha, they do not succeeded in bringing about radical changes in the social structure contemplated by the Panchayati Raj Act. However, the process of social change is always gradual. The state government should ensure that it is steady and smooth. The fresh legislation by the state included the reservation of seats for the office of the Sprunch for ST, SC and the OBC, ST, SC and OBC and women. The Punjab Panchayati Raj Act 1994 provides that not less than 1/3 of the total members of the offices of Sprunch of Gram Panchayats in the district shall be reserved for the scheduled caste, and not less than 1/3 of the offices of sarpanch shall be reserved for women, including the SC women. Some seats like Bihar, UP, Karnataka, Madhya Pradesh, and Gujarat and Rajasthan have provided for the reservation for the office of chairperson for the BC, while in Punjab there is no reservation in the office of the sarpanch for backward classes. The offices reserved are to be allotted by the rotation to different panchayats. Chandra B.P. Singh has, in his article Institutionalizing Panchayat Systems in India, IJPA, October 1998, rightly examined the quality of leadership required in sarpanch. After having been elected, a panch as well as sarpanch is required to take an oath affirming the faith in the Constitution of India, faithfully discharging the duties and doing good to people without fear or favor, affection or ill will. This can be put practice through appropriate leadership training and empowerment, especially in case of weaker section. Retreating the theory of institutionalization, explained the above. Roy 2004, citing Mann in 1985, explaining thus: institutionalization as a process means the gradual growth of crystallization of rules of behavior in various social organization setting. Examples of institutionalization including the routinization and charisma and the gradual emergence of the logical, legal, rational administration, or the process of state formation, associated civilization process, and the institutionalization class struggle in modern society through regulated union management, bargaining, and the competition of mass democratic political parties, etc. Routinization of charisma is a strong contradictory force to democracy, which a legal system, rational system, is imperative. However, charismatic authority entrenched social relation, especially in the countryside in India, that positive intervention is needed to replace it with legal rational authority. With structural intervention, it is hoped with change giving the way of healthier tradition is due to course of time. However, political will for giving effect to these changes would be a crucial and variable effectiveness of this structural intervention. Desired apocalyptic social transformation may not seem a far-fetched idea if the logic of the process is understood. Man-made system should be attempted to be allotted and suitable if found working contrarily into social welfare. आइए दूसरा पॉइंट अब डिस्कस करते हैं, प्रोग्राम्स फॉर द सोशियली वीक। अभी हम देखेंगे कि प्रोग्राम फॉर सोशियली वीक, जो सोशियली वीक है उनके लिए क्या क्या प्रोग्राम्स दिया गया है। एज पर 1991 सेंसस, द पॉपुलेशन ऑफ SC/ST 13.82 crore and 6.78 crores respectively, accounting for 16.48% and 8.08% of the total population of the country. Further, the census data also revealed that SC/ST children in the age of 6 years constituted 19.63% and 20.18% respectively of the total SC/ST population. This means that both 1/5 of their population belongs to this vulnerable and formative age group. This percentage of the SC and ST people below the poverty line are much longer than those in the rest of the society, as seen from the data collected from NSSO survey. Nearly half, 49.06% of the SC and one-third, 32.69% of the ST main workers are engaged as an agricultural laborers. Agricultural labor is characterized by the seasonal and low wage employment with the high dependence of monsoon. 77.11% and 90.03% SC and ST workers were engaged in the primary sector of the economy. 9.83% and 3.85% respectively in the secondary sector. 13.06% and 6.12% respectively in the tertiary sector. However, considering the extent of poverty among SC and ST, it is imperative that the occupations in which they are engaged should generate sufficient income, while the worker participation rates, male SC and ST worker are higher, 51.48% for SC and 54.74% for ST, as compared to female participation rate 25.98% for the SC and 43.71% for the ST, and the SC and ST female participation rates are significantly higher than of their counterparts in the total population. The difference is even more conspicuous in respect of SC female workers. This only confirms that SC and ST women have to work harder in greater number because of the economic compulsions. नीड फॉर सब्सटेंशियल फंक्शनल डिवोल्यूशन। अभी हम डिस्कस करेंगे नीड्स फॉर सब्सटेंशियल फंक्शनल एंड डिवोल्यूशन। चलिए डिस्कस करते हैं। प्रोफेसर एस गुहान argues that provisions of 73 amendments strengthening administrative federalism in order to facilitate and encourage delegation of administrative and financial powers from the state to local bodies. The 11th schedule lists 29 subjects that will involve functions and devolution of the local bodies. Studies of the subject contained in the list suggest motley mixed functions and respect which is requisite expertise have to be developed in the local levels. However, most of the authority responsibility with regard to development administrations, especially the subject line to devolution, has rested with the bureaucracy. The situation is not like change much if required expertise is not developed for successful accomplishment of allotted task. And another important factor would be willingness on the part of the state government and devolve functions, which is essentially correlated to the former condition, since administrative power to discharge their responsibility are entirely derived from the legislation that will have passed by the state, and the ball is clearly thus in the state's court. Could continue with the superordinate and bureaucratic predominances in this regard. So, B intention. In the context of expertise, the Constitution Amendment notably is silent on committees that nevertheless exist through would have been considerably entrenched, and Constitution guarantee endorse their status and position. Committee exist in most state all the three levels. However, their numbers are varies up to 5 comparison structure, scope and functions from the state to state. The membership to level lot of desire as regard for the members of the strong standing committee in various form as regards membership in almost all classes. Members of the committees are to be elected members of the panchayats in most cases. The chairperson of the deputy chairperson of the village panchayat perform duties of the chairperson of the standing committee. Vajpayee and Verma 1995. Functional devolution without the concomitant resources transfer is exercise in futility. The state legislature have been given power to authorize panchayats to levy, collect and appropriate suitable local tax. Also provides making the grant in aid to the panchayats and from the consolidated fund and to the concerned state. A finance commission has been constituted once in every 5 years, review the financial position of the panchayat and to make suitable recommendation for the distribution of funds between the state and local bodies. Though it remains a matter of concern that the state remain perpetually indebted to the central governments may not really be in a position to aid local governments in a substantial manner. Improving the financial position of the state government would thus be perpetuated and strengthening the urban and rural local bodies institutions of self governance. तो दोस्तों, ये वीडियो आपको कैसा लगा? अगर अच्छा लगा हो तो इसे कमेंट करें, शेयर करें और इस चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें। तो दोस्तों, हम फिर मिलेंगे अगले वीडियो में, जहाँ पर हम डिस्कस करेंगे इम्पैक्ट ऑफ अर्बन सोशियोलॉजी के बारे में। थैंक यू, शुक्रिया, धन्यवाद।